Hey guys, welcome back to another best comps video for the latest patch TFT 14.8. It has been dropped in the servers, so I'm going to show you guys the best comps you guys can play right now to climb in your ranked game. So the first one we have right here is the Nar Kindred Dryad reroll. Now this comp is not new at all, but you're going to be focusing mainly on Kindred and Nar, and then you're going to have Rek'Sai, Aatrox, and Shen, which you can roll down at level 6 with. This is a level 6 reroll comp. You're going to be mainly focusing on Nar and Kindred though. So these two, once you hit them as a 3-star, you're going to move on, push to level 7, 8, 9. Don't really care about these others because you're going to want to find the Ornn. So you're going to have 4 Dryads once you have the Ornn, you have the Rek'Sai, and then you get Azir in. You can actually try to get 6 Dryads in if you have the Dryad emblem. So of course, Dryad emblem is the perfect augment for this comp, or mulched. So anything that's good for Dryad, you get that augment. You can reroll at level 6. Kindred likes items like blue buff and any AP items, honestly, like Rabadon. Morello is good for the burn. And Jewel Gauntlet can work. Like, for example, we have Kayn here for the Reaper bonus. But if you don't have Reapers, Jewel Gauntlet is great. She can get the crit. So it's never too bad to have that additional crit bonus. And then on top of that, for Nar, it's going to be the same kind of items as always before. BT, he likes the Titans, of course. Hodge works, or you can do double Titans. That combo can still work. So anyways, this is a combo that was always working and should still work in the latest patch here for 14.8. So let's go to the next comp right here. This one is the Dragonlord Azir. This is also not really a new comp. This comp has been strong, but it has been much less played in the 14.7 with the other comps being really strong. But Azir is back on the table, and he likes items like Spear of Shojin, Static Shiv, Jewel Gauntlet. This is a good combo for him. Static Shiv is actually one of his best items. So if you have that item, Azir is a good comp to play. And this is a level 9 build, of course, so you're going to want to try to get to level 9, level 10 as soon as you can. So, you know, augments like Hedge Fund is really good. Level up is good. Anything that can get you there, right? So you got Wukong. So let's talk about the front line. We got the Wukong, Diana, Ornn, Udyr, Rakan. And then for the back line, with Invoker, you have the Janna, so your Azir can cast faster. And you have a Hui to do the Hui thing where he burns everybody with the Morello and Spear of Shojin. Soraka is for Altruist. So this is going to be your Dragonlord Azir comp. You can see all the traits active on the side here. Wukong also likes items, so if you have any AD items and no AP items, you give it to Wukong. So Infinity Edge, BT, he can also use blue buff. He's actually a pretty good carry. You can also, of course, itemize Udyr. Anything, again, that's tank, anything AD, even can go on to Udyr, even though he's an AP champ. Rakan and your Ornn are your main tanks. So this is a really strong level 9, 10 board. Azir Dragonlords, you guys can definitely play this if you guys can make it. So the next comp we have right now is going to be the 7 mythic 4 invoker Lilia. So Lilia is now better than before. So now she can be used in this kind of build where you just put in a bunch of mythics and a lot of invokers. This is a level 9 board, but you can play this build, of course, at level 8. So if you have the mythic emblem, this comp is really good to force. So you can give the mythic emblem to Annie, and then you can drop the Tahm Kench or Cho'Gath, let's say, right? So you just push for 7 mythics, and then you have 4 mythics with Azir support, Kog'Maw, and Annie tank. Lilia likes items like blue buff, Spear of Shojin. She can use Jewel Gauntlet, Archangel. These 3 combo right here I have for you guys is probably one of the best in slot for her. Maximum damage, maximum crit, and maximum cast. And then you can, of course, have Azir again, itemized with the Spear of Shojin. You can give him the Static Shiv. You got the Hui as well. Again, Spear of Shojin Morello is the best for Hui. He's a really good backline burner, so Morello is his favorite item. All your tank items will be going on to Nautilus, Annie, and so you guys already probably know what tank items are, so just give them your main tanks. And you can also play this build at level 8, let's say, with 5 mythics, so you don't necessarily need to have 7 mythics, right? Let's say you don't have the mythic emblem, and you want to keep 4 invokers, just cut it down to 5 mythics, like drop the Cho'Gath, drop the Tahm Kench and Nico, right? And then put in more tanks, right? You can put in more Wardens. So more frontline could be good. You can also put in Dragonlords. So this comp could be played in many different ways. It's a flexible build, but Lilia is your main focus here. So try this one out. So let's talk about the next one here. It is going to be Kaisa. So Kaisa is not exactly dead. She is, of course, still going to be viable. You can't kill this champion for good. So she was still strong, and she would be still strong in this patch in a build like this. So this is a kind of a new variant. We call it the Dragonlord Kaisa. And Kaisa's favorite tattoo is always going to be Tattoo of Toxin. So if you have Tattoo of Toxin, Kaisa is great to play for your game, as you can just activate 3 Ink Shadow and give her this insane tattoo which can destroy enemy backlines. And she likes Infinity Edge, Last Whisper to combo it off. And then you have Xayah here. Xayah is the same as Kaisa. They use the same items basically. And her favorite tattoo, if you have Tattoo of Bombardment, is really good for Xayah as well. So Xayah, Kaisa, you have the main trick shots in the backline. And then you have 4 Dragon Lords. So you have Lee Sin, Diana, Janna. Those will be your 4 Dragon Lords. Once again, Lee Sin, Diana, Xayah, Janna. And then you're going to have 3 Ink Shadows with Udyr and Volibear, with Ornn in the front line. Ornn is going to have all your tank items. He's still a beast tank in the game. And then Azir, he's great for the Invoker and the Dryad bonus at level 9. So at level 8, you have no Azir. Okay, so you can play this board, Dragonlord Kaisa, and then no Azir. But Azir at level 9, and this build should still pop off. So let's talk about the next build. And no surprises, it's Kaisa again. This is Kaisa version number 2. And this build was still the same variant from patch 14.7. You can still play it right now. It is called a Bruiser Kaisa with 4 trick shots. So you bring in Sivir, Kaisa, you have the Xayah, and Teemo. Teemo likes items, AP items, and especially Morello. So if you have a Morello, you can slam it on Teemo, and he can burn entire backlines with his mushroom. But again, Xayah, Kaisa, they're going to have the same Last Whisper Infinity Edge combo, but you will not have the Ink Shadow here until you're level 9, or unless you have the Ink Shadow emblem. So you're going to give Kaisa a Spear of Shojin so she can cast faster. And then you're going to have 4 trick shots in the back. For Kayle, you can make her red, green Kayle as well, don't really matter. And then for the front line, you're going to have the 4 main bruisers. You got the Riven, you got the Silas, you got the Aatrox, and then you have the Galio, and you're going to give him all your tank items. You can also give Silas some items. He can be a really good damage tank as well. So this build should still be viable in this current patch. The next build we have is the Porcelain Wardens. So this build is going to be basically just 4 Wardens in the front, 4 Porcelains in the back, and 2 snipers. So Ashe is going to be your main carry, and she likes items like Ginsu's, Infinity Edge, Last Whisper. This is her BIS, but you can give her Deathblade as well. Runon's any AD items work for Ashe, and you're going to give all your AP items to Lux and Lissandra. Lux really likes the Spear of Shojin Morello combo. Really good for the burn and the stuns. Amumu, all your tank items go on to him, of course, with Illaoi. Illaoi is actually a great tank in this build. You can give other items to Syndra, Set, Aphelios if you have any. And this is a level 9 board you guys are seeing. So you guys see that there's a 4 Warden front line with a Nautilus. And then you have the 3 Fates as well, Syndra, Aphelios, Set. And then you have 4 Porcelain. Now, if you have the Porcelain emblem, of course, you can do some other things. That's a great augment for this. You can even maybe push for 6 Porcelain if you have 2 emblems. Then that's going to be Exodia, and you're probably just going to win the game. Warden emblem is also really good. If you have the Warden emblem, you can drop one of these Wardens off and bring somebody else in, and you can maybe do this build at level 8. So depending on what augments you have, you guys can adjust it. If you are at level 8 without Lissandra, let's say, it's totally fine. You can play this with 3 Porcelain, 4 Warden, for example. So your main focus is going to be the Ashe. And then if you can hit Amumu 3 and Lux 3, then you should definitely hit it, because Amumu 3 and Lux 3 can definitely be hit in this build. Because if people don't contest you, they're actually really easy to hit, and they're very strong in this build. So that's why I put 3-star on Amumu, because I think it's very viable, very possible to hit that. Also, Illaoi 3 can be hit in this build. Aphelios 3 can be hit in this build. So really, depending on how your game goes, you're going to see if you can hit some 3-stars. And the last build we're going to talk about is going to be another sniper board, but this time with 7 Fates. Now, 7 Fates, this is nothing new. This build has been consistently good, and it's still consistently good. So basically, the idea here, just get 7 Fates in ASAP, and then you're going to try to get 3-star Aphelios and 3-star Thresh at level 7. You can roll down at level 7, or you can actually push for level 8 and then roll down there as well. You have a higher chance of seeing Set. And in this build, ideally, if you had the Set, you want to pair the Thresh and Set together. They're both the best pairs. And we have Aphelios 3 with these 3 amazing items. He really likes the Crest of Cinders, where he applies the burn to everybody, Ginsu's. And then the third item can be Infinity Edge or Deathblade. even Giant Slayer, they can work, but Ginsu's Crest of the Cinder, those two are his BIS. And then Syndra's BIS, because you can give her the AP items, as you'll maybe have some AP items as well, so you'll give her blue buff. Spear of Children can work. Gunblade, Nashor's, really good combo for her. And then Thresh is, of course, going to be your main tank. He's a beast still, so you just give him 3 tank items, and he's going to rock it. Now, the best augment for this comp is the Fate Crest. So if you have the Fate Crest, then you can hit 7 Fates way faster without the set. You can drop Yasuo. You want to have the Ornn, and you want to have the Ashe. These two are the non-2 Fate champs, and you can give Ornn your Fated emblem, so you can be a tanky frontline. Ornn and Thresh, of course, they're both Behemoth, so you're going to want that frontline. Ashe is the best sniper, so you bring her in. You can itemize her as well. So these are some of the best comps right now in the patch TFT 14.8. Hopefully this video will help you guys climb really hard, really fast right now in the beginning of the patch where people don't know what to play. So let me know what you guys think. Remember to support the video by liking it, subscribing to the channel, and check out my other videos as well. Share this video as well with your friends, and I'll see you guys on the next one.